Hi there, I'm here with Julie Abel. She is a certified facilitator of the JoyMoney Matrix. And today we're chatting about how she got started with the JoyMoney Matrix and what it has done in her business and in her life. So I'm going to dive right in and just give you a quick intro to Julie. She is an amazing coach. She is clarity driven in the work that she does with her clients, helping them be clear about the goals they have and then the steps they're going to take to get there. Julie also has, of course, her own special sauce. I'm going to let her talk about that a little bit, that she brings to each interaction. And I'm really excited about how she melds her own body of work with the JoyMoney Matrix, because I think she's created something that's really powerful for her clients that takes them through a more innovative and intuitive goal setting process than, some of the sort of typical ones that we are all familiar with, whether it's SMART goals or something else. So that's Julie. You can find her at julieabelcoaching.com if you need to check her out. And there's also information on the JoyMoney Matrix website about her. So, hi, Julie.
Hello. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you. The first thing I want to know is, what sparked your interest in the JoyMoney Matrix?
It's a fantastic question. I got on a call with another facilitator to talk about her offerings, and she discussed the JoyMoney Matrix. What I really loved about it was how she said, let's focus on what you love to do and how you can make more money doing more of what you love to do. And who doesn't want more joy and more money in their lives? So I signed up for the class, and it was a really eye-opening and amazing 3 days.
Can you tell me a little bit about it? I mean, I know your experience because we've discussed it a bit, and you can be as transparent as you want to be about what happened over the 3 days of that virtual JoyMoney Matrix retreat. So
the first day was fantastic. We talked about our goals for the program, what we wanted out of it. We sort of introduced ourselves, and then we jumped right into taking a really housekeeping look at everything in our life. So we used the stickies to categorize and catalog every single aspect of our life. Doing that alone was amazing. I realized how rich and full my life is, and how some of the things I love to do, I wasn't doing, and some of the things I didn't like doing, I was doing a lot of that. I almost didn't come back for the second day.
Why is that?
At the end of the first day, I had so many stickies below my joy line. I got off the call and I just sat and I looked at the JoyMoney Matrix, and it made me think, but my life is not at all where I want it to be. This is completely depressing. And I don't know how we get from, I don't like doing all these things. I have so many things below my joy line. How do I get to more money and more joy? I didn't see it at all.
That sounds really heavy. No wonder you didn't want to go back.
Yes.
I just want to point out for people who've never done the JoyMoney Matrix that the cataloging that we're talking about, every single thing you do in your life, and then you put it up on the grid, right? And if you like doing it, it goes above the joy line. If you don't like doing it, it goes below the joy line. So, what Julie's talking about here is that she had a whole lot of things that she does in her life, day to day, week to week, that don't bring joy. Mm-hmm. And that can be a really huge realization, I think, for all of us. And the idea is to spend way more of our time doing things that we enjoy in our homes, in our relationships, with our friends, and in our businesses. Specifically in our businesses is why this was created, but all the implications bleed out into the other parts. So what made you go back to day 2?
The promise that we would get to a place where I would find more joy and more money. And also, I knew that on sort of day 3, we would be talking about our mission statement and our vision for our business.
Cool.
And I had sort of kind of developed that, but I hadn't done it as specifically as I did in that particular program. In each facilitator, they usually do something different at the end of the JoyMoney Matrix. They put their own special flair on it. And so this facilitator, her flair was to help business owners find their mission and vision.
Yeah. So did day 2 deliver on the promise of more money, more joy?
Day 2 was phenomenal. What we started to do was we started to really get creative, talk about how you felt about how it looked, and then discussed ways that you could delegate, dump. How could you do more of what you love doing? We got really specific. I actually took 2 programs off of my coaching work that didn't really bring me a lot of money or a lot of joy. I added on just a totally amazing program. I'm going to take clients to South Africa to do coaching safaris.
Amazing.
And I actually put that above the joy line. And I know that's going to make me more money. I'm in the planning stages of it now. And that was really exciting to own that was a dream of mine. And I love going on safaris. I love coaching, and I can make money putting both of those together.
Definitely.
Day 2, it really was an amazing pivot that allowed me to understand how I could do more things and also own the things that I love doing. To say, I love riding my bike. How many days can I do that? And actually go put it in my calendar.
Perfect. So other than adding the safari, the coaching safari in South Africa, riding your bike more, what other really specific changes did you make after seeing your JoyMoney Matrix?
So in my coaching business, I had a graduate program. So when my clients were done with their 3 or 6 month program with me, I allowed them to come once a month as graduates. And I decided that program didn't bring me joy because the transformation didn't happen as quickly. It felt a little bit like, getting an oil change, just sort of car maintenance. Yeah. So I have not offered that program to anyone else. I still have 2 clients that are in the program, and I'm continuing with them until they're finished. But I've stopped that program. I'm really happy about that too.
Awesome. That's a great specific.
It's a really great specific. I decided that I wanted to have group coaching. That was another thing that I had on my wish list. So I added that in, and that's one of the reasons I became a JoyMoney Matrix facilitator, so I could facilitate in groups. And then the things below the joy line, I probably delegated or dumped at least half of them within 2 months.
Wow.
So that was really, really exciting to be able to say, this doesn't bring me joy, and how can I delegate it or dump it? So I've hired a website designer. I've hired somebody to help me with my systems. I launched a new CRM in November. I delegated things in the household responsibilities. And the nice part about that, it's allowed other people to step up and take on things that are rightly theirs. And it's also, there's some things I just stopped doing.
Like what? What did you just stop doing?
That's a fantastic question. One of the things that I just stopped doing was all of the reporting that I thought I had to do for my business for myself. I actually turned it into a once a quarter report.
Cool.
So that was really fun to stop doing that work.
Yeah, that's huge. You have 3 kids.
Yes.
Tell me about how they interact with your JoyMoney Matrix.
They come and they look at it and they read some of the stickies and they ask me, well, why is that over here? And why is that down there? Why does it say taking us clothes shopping is below your joy line? I'm like, because I don't like to do it. I don't think it's fun. I would rather be doing a bunch of other things like riding my bike with you guys than going clothes shopping. And I do it because I'm the best person to do it. But if you need a new pair of pants, can we please order them online and have them shipped to the house? That would be lovely.
Cool. And what has their response been to that information?
Interestingly enough, they actually volunteered to do some of the jobs that were below my joy line in the house.
Like what?
My 2 younger kids looked at me and said, we can do our own laundry.
Amazing.
I'm not lying to you.
What have you not implemented that showed up on your Joy Money Matrix that's still kind of nagging at you?
That's a great question. I would still love to hire a virtual CFO for my business.
Okay.
I'm still doing some of the day-to-day money management. So that's something that I haven't yet delegated on the chart. And then I'm just trying to think. It's over there. So I'm just going to look at it.
Yeah, like a joyful activity.
Things that I haven't gotten to yet. Is that the question? Boy, I've done so many.
Ooh, well, just tell us what you've done then. Yeah, that's really fun.
I started meditating more regularly.
Awesome.
I finished a triathlon. I did a sprint triathlon in September.
Yeah.
And it was the most fun I've had. I've done 3 triathlons, and it was by far the most fun I had because I owned the fact that I loved doing all of the activities. I own the fact that my older daughter and I watch MasterChef together.
Cool.
So we do that. I have had so much more fun doing invitation selling, inviting people to come work with me in my business.
Wow.
So I don't think of them as like sales calls anymore. I think of it as invitations to work with me.
Great. So sales is way above your joy line.
Sales is now way above my joy line, which is awesome. Since then, I've also started a speaking career. I went and did a couple of talks last year. I've got a signature speech. So that is up in my super, super joy section above my joy line.
And it's also revenue generating because you've gotten clients from those speaking gigs.
Exactly.
Awesome.
I got out of 8 Facebook groups.
Ooh.
I didn't sign up for 3 other groups I was involved in. So I saved myself some money there.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a mastermind that I didn't feel like I was getting a ton of value out. So I switched it to once a month. And I'm getting much more value out of the once a month than I am twice a month or 3 times a month.
Wow.
So
you've made a lot of changes.
I have made a lot of changes.
Yeah, because this is kind of a nice list, a laundry list. Because I've known about some of these, but I haven't known about, some of the more detailed things. If you had to describe to someone just in a sentence what has happened as a result of the Joy Money Matrix, what would you say?
One sentence. I would absolutely say that my life and career are more fun. I'm doing more of the things that I love to do and less of the things that I don't like to do, both career-wise and personal-wise. And I'm making more money than I ever have.
That's amazing. So
that was one sentence, right? I stuck the and in there.
No, that was great. That's a compound sentence. It's fine. So tell us how much more you're making in your revenue, like either a number or doubled or
doubled
revenue. Okay.
Doubled revenue.
Tell us the one thing that you love doing that just for the joy of it, not because it brings you revenue.
That I love in my business.
No, in your life.
Oh, in my life. Things I love doing just because.
The one thing that you've added that you're just like over the moon that's part of your life now.
I really own that I love listening to music.
Cool.
I play music so much more.
Neat.
And not me, but other members of my family all play musical instruments. And so I asked them to play for me.
Cool.
I asked my daughter, hey, can you practice your saxophone in the room, now so I can hear it?
Neat.
And I've just really owned the fact that music plays an important part of my life. And I'm owning that and just enjoying it.
Awesome. You've said owning a lot, which I think is an interesting term. I haven't thought about that as part of the JoyMoney Matrix process. So tell me a little bit about why you use that word and what it really means to you with regards to JoyMoney Matrix.
I really like that word with regards to the JoyMoney Matrix because, maybe there's some judgment on the fact that I like to watch a cooking show with my, teenage daughter. It doesn't matter. It's something that I enjoy doing and it's on my list. And so when she says, hey, do you want to watch a MasterChef with me? I just look around and think, I'd love to do that. It's above my joy line. Yes, absolutely. It's made me realize what I enjoy doing and then saying yes more often to that.
Beautiful.
And in my business also, which is really exciting. It's exciting to be able to say, I'm just looking at all these awesome things, saying I'm a JoyMoney Matrix facilitator now. That was I wanted to do group training and I found something that I love doing. I love taking people through that process. I add a special sauce at the end where we take the things that you have above the joy line that will generate more money. And I help people set goals around those during the process.
Yeah.
So that when they're done with the 3-day intensive, they've got really like their next steps about what to do. And some people ask for my help to get those steps implemented and other people do it on their own.
Yeah, that's great. I love that when you talk about it, you smile.
Yes.
Can you
it's over here.
I know. Can you turn your computer so that we can see it?
So I'm just going to, yes, I will turn my computer. It's on the floor. So,
oh yeah, there it is.
There it is right
there's
there.
the JoyMoney Matrix. Awesome.
There's the JoyMoney Matrix. And there's my yearly calendar, which also brings me joy, seeing all of the JoyMoney Matrix retreats I have planned and helping other people find the joy. And truthfully, you don't have to be a business owner to get value from the JoyMoney Matrix. I had a client last year who was planning on working 6 months to a year more at her job and then retire. And she wanted to figure out what brought her the most joy in her retirement so she could focus on that.
Right.
And the model was flexible enough that we could get through that process. And she finished up those 3 days with really 2 amazing goals to go work on to get pieces in place for her retirement. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And I know, so just for the people who are listening, when we post this live, Julie will be working more with executives in businesses as well. Mm-hmm. So we are probably collectively going to do some piloting of JMM with teams. Mm-hmm. And the JoyMoney Matrix has been used already with executives in the UK and in the US. So we know that it works. We know that it's flexible. It's really fun.
How can we get the team or the company to go from where they are, do more of what they're good at and they love doing?
Yep.
And make more money.
Yeah, that is.
And serve people making more money.
Yeah, there is. There's I think a certain kind of CEO who that is a good fit for.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited about that. I think that's a good place to stop.
Thank you very much.
Fair to say that the JoyMoney Matrix has been a huge thing in your business
It really has.
To implement. So
it really has.
And I'm excited as the creator of it to see it have a life of its own with a business owner who is so empowered by it and passionate about it. So it makes me really happy.
Thank you very much.
I'm happy to have you. All right. Thanks.